She said, roar extreme, so it's true love at first sight. Throw out my candy bracelets, now I'm headed to class. I'm still 20%, so get your head out your ass. I'm the antonym of the internet, still cleaning up the viruses that you had left. I think I've fallen in love again. Don't stop until you hear the I'm the antonym of the internet, been fighting on new grounds over if my love is valid. Fuck the cynicism, let the colors fly. Don't care, you think it's cringe.
Alright everybody, welcome back to the Dragon's Arcade! We have returned with Homura Hime. This will hopefully be the last one, but if not, we will start. Also, god damn it, I did it again. I'm gonna catch this before Frederick mentions. There we go, got it. I got it in time. Fred has not mentioned it yet. I don't have stuff on my face. What are you talking about? So we have gathered our allies to go fight the Pope. Hello, Codin Assembly. Hello, Nerdo Dragon. It's good to both see you. Also, Nerdo, your denial over being a scaly is getting weaker and weaker with every day. I'm sorry, my friend, but you must embrace your destiny. With that weird comment out of the way, we're gonna continue with this game. So we've got the flower lady here now, or the flower demon, Hualing. Oh man. Thou art one of the few obedient children who are gentle to the plants. So yeah, I have been working on getting my thumbnail for the Maltese Falcon review ready, because I've got the review basically ready to go at this point. Made the edits I needed. I have some last minute adjustments I need to want to make to it, and I'm gonna upload an early version of it privately, probably either tomorrow or the next day, to make sure there are no copyright claims, because I used a lot of footage in this. And not all the movies, even though they're old, have been like completely public domain yet, so I want to make sure I don't get caught up in that. Might as well do that before I spend a bunch of time working on the thumbnail. That way I can be doing that while I'm working on the thumbnail. I'm currently thinking I'm going to be doing a thing where, like, the thumbnail's current plan is basically I'm going to have my dragon, myself, like, reaching for the Maltese Falcon, only to, like, trip over all the other media. Sort of a parody of one of the parody movie covers where there's the guy with the Maltese Falcon being chased by a bunch of people who all want it. I just have an open mind, got it? Ah, come on, Nerdo. You like dragons. We all like dragons. Dragons are awesome. It's okay. It's okay. I've also been doing some NeoCity stuff and working on some ideas for the Magnus Archives, because I'm going to be doing a few... You know what I'm talking about? Like, I mentioned this in the past, that I'm in kind of a transitionary phase where I'm trying to wrap up the session I'm running. So like maybe we want doing Mage the Ascension stuff, because I really like Mage stuff. And there was supposed to be this like really there was this Chupacabra mission I'm running right now, because one of the what I'm trying to do is basically give each of my players a sort of wrap-up mission that ties in with their overarching story, so I can kind of do some stuff with their overall, you know, goals and motivations, you know, good character shit. Make sure to not make thumbnail too busy. I will, and I will be sending it to other people to look at too. I'll probably be posting early versions of it once I have something I feel is good. It's not just like an outline sketch or that I feel confident about on the channel image chat. So look out for that. Oh man. I like dragons. Dragons are awesome. Not furry though. At least not full on. I just enjoy stuff. I mean, I'm not into like the whole sexual aspect, so you know that's fair if you don't want to be a part of that area. But yeah, so the Chupacabra mission was supposed to be this like really kind of compact mission. I wasn't like super short. I originally was gonna do it short, but I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna do something more. Not gonna say the full details of my plans, but essentially it started with them going to this village that had where these researchers had captured Chupacabra from a sister organization, the organization they're working for, and only to find everyone dead, and then, you know, assault in the night and all that. There's more stuff going on, but my idea was they would get to the village, we do the setup, they get to the village, maybe do a bit of investigating in our session. The second session, they'd investigate and, you know, prepare. Third session would be, like, the combat stuff. And then maybe a fourth session, depending on how long everything runs. It didn't really play out that way. I think we're on session 4 right now, and combat has not even started. So that's been a thing. You still have more for than I. You enjoy Zootopia. I don't hate it, but I don't like it a ton. I mean, it's not one of my favorite Disney movies by any stretch of the imagination. Lilo and Stitch is probably my favorite straight-up Disney movie. That was, like, really iconic and important to me as a kid. Although, there are some other movies that are up there. Pixar-wise? Oh, God, what's my favorite Pixar movie? That's actually a hard one, I think. Pixar, unlike Disney, there aren't a lot of, like, Pixar movies I'm just okay with. I like a lot of the Monsters Incorporated, The Incredibles, Finding Nemo. So Lilo and Stitch, I'm on board. Rather on board. Yeah, Lilo and Stitch is great. I actually dressed as Stitch for Halloween a few times. Actually, several times, because my family had a habit of, like, you know, costumes are expensive, so when you get one, you use it for a few years. You don't just, like, go and done. So I was like, I would be something and then be that thing for like 2 or 3 years. Ratatouille is pretty good. I like Ratatouille, especially now that I'm like critiquing things. I actually need to rewatch it again because I have a feeling I'm going to really enjoy it. I rewatched it like 2 years ago and like, wow, now that I've actually critiqued things, yeah, I kind of like, you know, there's a bit more to it. I wasn't the biggest fan of it as a kid. Weirdly enough, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, please forgive me, the Cars movie is actually pretty good. Cars 1 is a surprisingly good movie. I would actually rate it better than a lot of Disney stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. The Cars franchise definitely turned into Pixar's, you know, money franchise where they just made cash grab sequels with shitty plots. Everything after the first one. Well, I'm ashamed of it because the rest of the Cars franchise is... Okay, the reason that Cars gets a lot of hate is because Cars 2 and all the other sequel bullshit exists. And people essentially lump it in. I used to hate it a lot. I don't as much anymore. I feel a bit ashamed of it because I know people are going to judge me like, you like the Cars movies? Like, no. I like Cars 1. Cars 1 is a solid movie. It is a very good movie about a famous person learning that he is not the be-all, end-all and learning some goddamn fucking humility. And it's a really good one about slowing down and enjoying the pleasures of life. You know, not letting yourself be consumed by this desire to go forward. Yeah. It's this thing where I'm just like, if it had stayed a solo movie, it'd be fine. Which is kind of Pixar's MO, in my opinion. Most of their sequels aren't great. No, I was seeing Cars get hate even before the sequel was announced. I don't understand the people who hated it before the sequel. It might be that it was a very toy-heavy franchise, but I still don't see that because The Incredibles had a decent amount of toys. And Pixar was never above toys. Now, one of my favorites for Pixar, I think one of my top-tier Pixars, alongside, like, maybe Incredibles and Monsters, Inc., alongside those, I also will say that WALL-E might be... Oh, God, it's hard to say favorite Pixar. Like, when you say favorite Pixar, it has to come with, like, 14 caveats. Mostly came from nerds that didn't like the story was out of sport. I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know, like, for me, the sport didn't play as big an act as WALL-E's iconic. Yeah, WALL-E's an icon. See, for me, I feel like okay, so we gotta find the Holy Maiden of the Full Moon Order. For me, I feel like I should just say what my least favorite Pixar movies are, you know? Because, like, there are so many good Pixar movies. Again, I don't get the hate. I don't either. Cars 1 is so good. Like, I can understand maybe it being tainted by, like, the later movies. It's not fair to them. It was because of a ritual fail that she went berserk and became an archhuman. I don't think it's fair that people hate it because of the sequels. But I get that. I don't get the hate before the sequels. Because before the sequels, it was actually a solid member of Pixar's cast. And, like, it's not merchandisable in a way that's more merchandisable than any of the Disney movies that we still like. Like, Lilo and Stitch has merchandising out of the wazoo. And people love that thing. I don't know. People are weird about stuff like that. Again, I get the Cars 2 hate. Because, again, Cars 2 sucks. Even as a kid, I hated that movie. I think I saw it once, and I never wanted to see it again. The same people hate Jar Jar in Star Wars. I mean, I think that people who hate on Jar Jar are missing the fact that the prequels are just worse in a lot of other ways. I don't like Jar Jar. In fact, I still think he's one of the, like, a terrible part of Star Wars. The episodes where he appears in the Clone Wars are some of my least favorite episodes. There's one or two he's decent in, especially when he gets paired with Mace Windu that one time. But generally speaking, I'm not a fan of him. But I'm not a fan of a lot of stuff in Star Wars, so that shouldn't be too big of a problem. There's a lot of bad stuff in Star Wars. Jar Jar is just one of it. For me, it's just that the Clone Wars are a waste of potential. There's so much cool stuff, as was shown in the Clone Wars TV show, but the movies focus on a much more limited scope, it feels like, in a way that's... God, so how do I explain my feelings on the Clone Wars? God. Okay, I love the show. Hands down. I like that because we get these anthology episodes where it's about the Jedi Order. I like the idea of having a tragedy where it's all about Anakin's descent. I do, actually. I think that was pretty cool. I even like the idea that it was actually love that drew him to the dark side, and because that makes the whole cyclical, it was love that drew him back from the dark side, you know, make sense as like a character thing. Like, the idea that he loved so deeply and lost all that he loved, during his descent and trying to save his wife and his, you know, unborn children. That's actually good. I just think the execution is a bit flawed. Which is weird because the Clone Wars show also does that better. They have a long series of you getting to see Anakin constantly putting his friends and loved ones before everything else. Like, he's perfectly willing to let like a deadly virus out just because that would mean he'd be able to save Padme. Alright, can you keep juggling? Ooh. Alright, there we go. Got it. I think Mater was fine in Cars 1, but overused in Cars 2. Original plots was different, more like more racing in countries or spy movies, Le Mans style race. Get sabotage, Mater gets more slash stuff, tricks others. From Dark Side in the background, all on the turn you mean hard them. I just, it just felt like a bit of a, like, left turn. Like, we went from what, like Code Assembly said, we went from, like, a sports movie about a jackass learning to appreciate the slow things in life into, like, a full-on, like, fucking spy movie. I don't know, that just felt really weird. It also just wasn't that well written. Cars 1, see, that's the thing, though. It's a Pixar movie, I feel like. Part of the reason Cars 2 is so hated is partly that it was a Pixar movie. Because Pixar movies are generally, well, because they are generally so well written, things that other movies are like, it's just a kid's movie, which we've talked about that in the past. We're not getting in that whole conversation again. But we've talked about my opinions on it's just a kid's movie as an excuse. But it is a kind of thing where movies by Pixar are generally held to a harsher standard, I feel like, than other movies. Or other, like, anime kids movies. Cars getting a sequel, 4 Cars 2, the game following its own continuity, all of them are better sequels, fun to play, well written. I haven't gone down that rabbit hole. Like, I watched Cars 2, I don't think I ever saw Cars 3, personally. I watched Cars 2 and was like, I'm good here, and I didn't hear anything good about Cars 2. You know, it wasn't like a Puss in Boots situation where I was like mid on the first movie already, decided not to watch the second, then heard the third was good and decided to go watch it. You know, fun fact, Puss in Boots is one of the few movies that I've ever watched where I have not watched the rest of the series. So, I'm generally one of those people who really sticks on, like, sequels and playing the original first. There are several games I have played that are sequels that I haven't played the original for, but at least, oftentimes, I at least try and give the original a try. Because I think you should, generally speaking. But not with that one. Not with Puss in Boots. I just watched the first one for a bit, was like, okay. And then I immediately was like, nope, I'm not going to watch the second. And then I watched the third because, holy shit, The Last Wish is good. It's good to watch Cars 3 just to get an opinion. I guess I should. To be fair, it is one of the few Pixar films I've never watched, so at the very least it would, like, fill in my critical lexicon, the Pixar mapping of where it goes in the rankings. Again, though, ranking Pixar movies is so hard. Like, Monsters Incorporated, I think that's one of the ones that doesn't get talked about enough. Monsters Incorporated is fucking amazing as a movie. It's so good. Oh god, I love it. The designs are solid. The premise is fun. I generally just enjoy the movie. It was really good when I was a kid. Remember Twitter, you don't need an opinion on everything. True. I mean, there are plenty of things I just don't care about that much. Like, oh man, the Dune books. I've thought about reading the rest of the Dune franchise, because I did read book 1 before I reviewed the first, like, movie. And it's a really influential sci-fi series. I feel like I should read it, but at the same time, they're so long. Like, even me, Mr. I will read 600 pages or, like, 400,000 word books. You know, I will read things that are insane word counts. I have read fan fictions that are actually 1,000,000 words. Not joking. I have like 1 or 2 that are in the 1,000,000 count per word count. Granted, I didn't read those all at once. I read them in like chunks, and I don't think I've ever sat down and just like solid read them from start to finish uninterrupted. You know, I would like wait for the next chapter, maybe review the previous chapter, that kind of thing. Yeah, but for Cars 3, it's worth as a personal exercise, good way to kill an hour or something. Thing is, I don't have like hours to just kill for funny. Like, if I do it, I already have stuff I would like to get done. Like, if I have a free hour, man, I will play some games that I've been just, like, wanting to play for fun. I actually did some Elden Ring PvP a little bit a while back when I took, like, an hour and just had some fun. Oh, man, I still love Elden Ring PvP. You know, I must be worried, too. Alright. Find the door. I love the little chest playing animation. It's quick enough that it's not, like, a big bother. And the way it just, like, jumps straight to you opening it, there's no, like, long, drawn-out pull scene, like you're struggling to open the lid. You just smile and then wrench the lid open. I like it. It's better than the Link one they constantly do, where he's, like, struggling to open every chest he makes. Like, this isn't a man who doesn't, like, toss monsters around and swing his sword constantly all day. Struggles to open a goddamn chest. We'll just have to open all the doors. Okay. Shoo, shoo, don't bother Hinata. Alright. But yeah, I love Elden Ring PvP. It's a lot of fun. Not something I can indulge in a lot because I have a lot of projects to work on. The other thing I was working on too is a new NeoCities page. I have a new version of the Magnus page that I've cleaned up a bit, done some more formatting, made it work better on mobile. And now I am working on a new page for like one of the first custom pieces of things I did. So a while back in the Magnus, oh wow, I completely derailed from the Magnus Archives thing with the Chupacabra. We'll get back to that in a second. One of the things I did though for Chupacabra is I ran like a single session. One of the only times I've ever managed to run like a single session investigation was for this like body hopping parasitic worm creature that hollows people out and devours their insides. It's like it's a meat suit worm, as I call it. I finally came up with a name for it, the meat suit worm. And it is pretty cool, and I'm going to be posting like a little breakdown of it with a short story. That's like its creation by the sculptor, who's one of the villains in our campaign from one of the pre-made stories that I'm kind of going with. Don't know all of the anime movies. The bad guys are the one that seems to have a solidified opinion most. But Bad Guys is fun. What's the opinion you've been hearing about that? Bad Guys is a good movie. I haven't seen Bad Guys 2. I wasn't huge on getting a sequel. I didn't think it really needed one. But oh wait, okay. So there's a new DreamWorks movie coming out soon. Have you guys heard about that? Oh god, if you have not seen that, watch it. Watch the new DreamWorks movie's trailer. It's like this Forgotten Island or something. I forget the name of it right now, but I just saw the trailer for it. It looks so good. I love the direction the animation is going. Oh, no. I'm derailed off a derail. Okay, let's get back on topic real quick. Oh, I read that in the book that if a ritual resumes, something really scary will happen. Hitting the Zoe before you meanies do. Here to help, though. Oh, man. Ooh. But yeah. So, the Meatworm, anyway, I'm going to be releasing it with, like, a small story and some, like, general context and even, like, the stats I gave for it. And the story information of how I used it so that other people who are Humanities Archives can, like, find that on the site and, like, you know, they can, like, you know, use it if they want. I'm going to be including some information about the Hecate Collective as, like, an organization they can use, Argus, and some of the details in there. I'm going to probably wait until we finish the session to release Argus's, like, full info. I'll probably give some of the non-spoilery background issues, because I know Assembly might check out the site. I don't want him to get spoilers if that comes up during, like, the assault or something. Oh. Alright. Alright, slash him down. But yeah, so it's like really cool too. I figured out how to, oh my god, my wing is like, this is like distractingly bad. Oh, lean forward. Ah, it's choking me, I'm blinding. Okay, we're gonna do this real quick first. My poor wing. Oh, now it's on my face, cool. Imagine if I actually had my vision restricted whenever my avatar got its vision restricted. Oh, shit. That was my free combo move. Alright. Got it. But yeah. Anyway, so that's, it's like a full file folder opening. It's gonna have multiple tabs where the story and basic profile information. It's gonna be pretty cool, and I'll probably post a link to it once it's up if you want to check it out. Just like, be aware, it's a meat worm that devours people from the inside and takes over their bodies to use as like hollowed out puppets. It's gonna be a little fucked up. Sorry if I will put like some kind of content warning when I first, I'll probably put some kind of content warning because I feel like the flesh is one of the entities you definitely want a content warning for. Because I know that kind of thing creeps some people out. By the way, Sly Cooper and Bad Guys proves me on one thing. If something cool is suitable for be viewed by kids of all ages as well, it's genuinely positive. Because easy to consume, not compromised. Writing hits even harder this way. Yeah. Although some people think the twist villain was dumb, but I'm like, if you're going into the heist movie format, with this kind of like plays off of, let's be real, that kind of fit really nicely. It made the villain feel like one of those like heist protagonists, you know, where it's like, it was all part of my master plan all along. I was manipulating you all from the start. Well, you were actually falling into my manipulation. Anyway. Oh god, okay, I was off another track. Oh, right. Okay, so the other thing is, the Chupacabra thing. Basically, I've been working on this session, and it's been taking a while, so... one of the things I'm doing for it is essentially trying to make sure that everybody gets like this story arc. And I'm going to be working on one for Code and Assembly's character, who's like this mad scientist who wants to develop a teleportation device. And the next step of that is going to be testing out one of his like supernatural sensory things so that he can develop a way to like feel his way through the, I guess, the cracks in reality. I'll have to talk it over with him a bit more. But we're going to set up an adventure where he can start getting a bit more into that. And then hopefully during the downtime, while we're doing the third person's like special mission, he can start developing his teleporter and maybe have that be used in the plot of the final big act, where this flesh sculptor person comes to get her book back that the occultist character stole and has been using on the regs. So we'll see how all that goes. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be this, like, big, cool thing. I've been kind of hinting at a few things for a while. And if we ever want to come back to this world, we might go do that. And it'd be cool. But yeah, so this has kind of been the session I've been running. And I've been liking it a bit more, especially as I've gotten more confident as a storyteller and as, like, a, you know, campaign runner. I've definitely gotten better at, like, keeping my stuff organized, even if, like, you know, the programs and stuff don't always work without a hitch. We've had a few hiccups, but I'm getting used to the program, and if my keyboard had not been malfunctioning constantly, because my keyboard is in a weird state right now where the plus sign on my, like, numpad area is constantly just randomly going off like crazy. Zootopia had identical twists and no one complains. Actually, people complain a lot about the bellwether twist in Zootopia. People find that you will find a lot of people complain about that because they lump it in with the twist villain thing, where every plot has to have like a twist villain these days. Don't get me wrong, twist villains can go well, but even I'll admit that they have gotten a little overutilized lately. Especially among like Disney movies. It's very rare to have like a direct villain. Now, believe it or not, I actually don't hate all twist villains, and I don't even critique all of them. Like, I don't think Bellwether or, like, I don't think Marmalade doesn't quite work, and I think it kind of works with the heist format to an extent, with the whole everyone's in my plan thing. So I think it works in Zootopia. I think it works in Bad Guys. Twist villains in these movies make sense because reinforce message. Oh yeah, and again, people don't really have the problem with Marmalade being a villain. From what I remember, a lot of the criticisms were specifically, and this is a criticism I have, was specifically on the whole thing where he was revealed to have been the one that said "good boy" to Wolf at the very start. So instead of him having like his own realization, it was all Marmalade all the way down. Like Marmalade using them after they get caught is one thing, or even like planning for them to rob it because they're a very famous group. The thing where him, like, utilizing the Wolf's, like, good boy thing to, like, get him caught with his tail, that's the bit I've heard the most complaints about. It's that bit I find kind of stupid. Like, you didn't need that for his plan. You could have just had that be a part of it. Or Marmalade had some other thing set up, but you guys got caught early, so I guess, you know, make do. Gotta adapt my plans. That kind of thing. Rourke from Atlantis. That is, like, one of the iconic twist villains for me. Rourke from Atlantis was good. Because he wasn't really a twist villain. Like, well, one of the things with Rourke is, if you know what you were looking for, he wasn't a twist villain. And I think that's what makes a good twist villain, is when it's actually, like, something you could predict. You know? Like, let's be real. Rourke could have been foreshadowed really early on, and basically everyone in the group knew what he was about from the beginning. Like, they had changes of heart. They were basically all using I forget what his name was, Milo, that's it, Milo. Milo's the protagonist's name. You're completely right there, Dawn Seeker, though. He is a great twist villain. Partially because he's, again, not really a twist villain, but he also is. I love that scene where, like, everyone is like, look, we knew. It's like, and then the other guy was like, look, we've done some really shitty things. But we didn't, like, actively kill people. We didn't, like, intentionally murder. That was, like, a line we hadn't crossed before. And this is crossing that line of kind of intentional murder. You know, we are mercenaries. We are morally flexible. It's all about twist villain, as he does make sense with specific twists. Yeah. I think what people mean when I think Bellwether is a weak twist villain, even though I think it was fine. She just made one guy go insane during Judy's case, no subterfuge. Yeah. I feel like it would have worked a bit better if you had her, like, secretly being more resentful of the mayor instead of pretending like she was entirely on his side, you know? Or maybe, like, had her more involved in the investigation, like, Judy had to go for her for a lot more, like, information and she was leading her along a lot further. You know, like, maybe, like, something like, well, I've actually, you know, among the sheep community, there's actually been this thing. We've been hearing rumors, and some chemists I've been working with have been hearing about this plant that's some weird chemicals that have been taken to the asylum. Like, you know, trying, like, maybe if with her doing some more direct framing of Lionheart rather than just kind of like showing up and saying, oh yes, that was all me. Now, I think what people really think of, though, like, the villain everyone thinks of, I imagine, when they think, oh, twist villain, is Frozen. Frozen is a solid movie that is very much carried by its voice actors and songs. I will freely admit that. I like Frozen. I'm not one of the people who hates it just because it's overexposed. I think it's a good movie. It is pretty carried, though, by its voice actors, by its soundtrack. You know, by that one song. However, Hans was just doesn't make sense. She should have been misdirecting Judy off the correct path. Exactly. Because that's what makes a really solid twist villain, is when they're actively involved in the subterfuge. It's when they almost seem nonsensical that they're actually bad. Bellhop isn't nonsensical, so she's not bad. You know? She doesn't do anything that, like, directly contradicts it, like Hans. Hans is so dumb. That punch to Milo was just unnecessary. Yeah. And yes, well, yes, everyone was having second thoughts from the plan, aside from Sweets. They were going to go through with it until Rourke was like that tiny bit of pettiness that pushed them over the edge. Yeah, exactly. I realized it now. Like, Atlantis is Avatar, but better, even though Avatar got... You're just realizing they have the same sort of, like, Pocahontas-style plot? Yeah, it really is. Although, you know, it's not as much of, like, a secret expedition. But yeah, basically, yeah. They do. They have a very similar plot setup. Avatar got potentially bigger emotional load. Yeah. Frozen has problems though, and it's where I think a lot of people just assume that all twist villains are bad, because it kind of defined the modern, you know, CGI Disney, and people have been constantly bringing up that twist villain, Hans, over and over and over again. I feel like people let a lot of other things bleed into opinions on stuff. Like, this one Disney twist villain was really bad, now we must extra scrutinize all of them. I don't know, maybe that's just me. I feel like people are a bit hard. To be fair, Hans is probably the worst part of that movie. Partially because he had, like, plenty of opportunities to be a bit more sneaky or a bit of an asshole. Like, the thing with Hans is that he wanted to take the throne. He was like, oh, I'll marry up in this royal family, and Elsa is very isolated. I might be able to kill her. That's what they reveal his, like, you know, scheme to be, essentially. But then it's revealed it's like... But then throughout the movie, he's constantly, like... Well, people have brought the thing where he's, like, smiling even though they're under the boat and he can't be seen. Like, he doesn't do, like, a clever little smirk. He does a smile and, like, you know, is, like, cheerful even when he can't be seen by, when he's only visible to the audience under the boat that one time. And then, when he has a chance to, like, off Elsa, you know, because, like, he's one of the only people who sees the crossbow man shooting the bolt, and he actively tells the crossbow man, no, you can't kill her. Anna, I promised Anna I wouldn't kill Elsa. Nitpicking as a YouTuber's red and bummer. Fair. Although I will, again, say Hans is, like, especially bad. You don't even have to, like, be a reviewer to know that Hans is, like, a bad twist villain. I mean, the man literally saves Elsa's life in, like, one scene, and then a few scenes later it's like, perfect, now I can go kill her. It's like, oh, she hurt her sister first? I guess? But, like, he could have just, like, let the guy go. Or, hell, just moved a little too slow. And then he could even tackle the guy and be like, no, you've killed the queen, off to the dungeons with you. Nitpicking is why I don't want most reviewers. Yeah, that's fair. They can't move freely. Are they missing something? Neither there are some things, neither the power of desire nor the pneumatic energy can do. Why crystal allows itself? The crystal allows itself to be taken hostage. It's unclear, although it's kind of an eldritch artifact that does what the plot needs it to. You know, like it's tied by thematic rules, but it mostly does what the plot needs it to be fair. Also, for all we know, it could somehow see the future. I mean, it's magic. It's basically just magic. And it's a magic with very limited rules, other than it usually kills someone when they channel its power directly, and they become a part of it. There may have been a hint of precognition with the crystal. Yeah, so like, if it believed that Milo coming back would allow the Atlanteans to you know, it basically was like, okay, this will help everything work out nice and smooth, so Milo remains behind, and he can help the Atlanteans master their lost technology. Everyone wins, you know? We've recovered from our hubris, and we are now ready to embrace the technology, but with, like, you know, reasonable limits. Definitely not the sequels. Because it takes the time to reassure Milo. Yeah. It will all work out. That's so cruel. We can't let that happen. Homura, hear me. So yeah, I think it's good. Atlantis is definitely like one of my favorite sci-fi movies. I God, I love that movie. Oh, definitely. I remember, other than Bad Guys, Balto is always in my heart. Definitely not the sequels. Balto. I don't think I've ever watched Balto, actually. I mean, I'm vaguely aware of it. It's the one with the dog sledding, right? But I don't think I've ever watched it before. Weird. Wish they could be less scary. All things see not his bright mind. Akane worked the hardest. You found it first, didn't you? Okay. But yeah, so... Oh, man. But yeah, Disney movies are okay. The modern ones. I think... I'm not going to get into it. Disney, I have complicated feelings about what's recently happened with Disney. You girls should be such a handful. Go back to your rooms. I loved it as a kid. It was a shock to me to learn that Atlantis was considered a flop. Yeah, I'm still shocked that it failed. I guess that's just not what audiences were interested in, or part of me wonders it was just because of Disney's associations, but it didn't feel too out of left field compared to the other Disney Renaissance. That's unheard of. You want to protect the hex stalls and the remaining souls in the temple, don't you? You can bring everyone to a safer place. To that dangerous ritual anymore. Why wouldn't I? Why to... Hey, look! Typo! Why wouldn't I want? They said, why wouldn't I why? Oh, man. It's rare to find a typo in a game this polished. World's already blown off course, and there are no more lambs waiting patiently for the slaughter. But I won't let you interrupt me again. Why wouldn't I sacrifice myself in protecting everything I hold dear? If by bearing every burden, I may shine on all a ray of hope. Why would I ever hesitate? Wait, we're fighting her again? Damn. Oh shit. Foo-foo caught you. God damn it. Oh, I hate that move. I hate it so much. Those stupid grab attacks. I thought I could parry it because it was red, but nope, that's just the scythe color. Oof. Alright, got him. Oh shit. More except Balto is one of the most golden shits I've ever seen next to Dragonheart. Except theories like Treasure Planet Disney deliberately sabotage it to justify shutting down the 2D studio when they go on full-on 3D. Yeah, but you think that Atlantis would be a showcase of 3D because, like, they definitely use 3D modeling for it. Like just like how Lilo and Stitch did well. Like, you have to understand, this was like the same, just like in Lilo and Stitch, they definitely used some CGI for parts of the movie. It was still a show-off of their CG. Hell, they could even have called out the fact that a lot of the CG, like, sci-fi elements were a reason or something. Not saying they'd be right to, but, like, they could have just said so. Also, I'm not sure it was entirely, like, I don't know, I don't feel like it was just the sabotage. I know I read something about the whole issue with it, but mainly 2D and Disney wanted 3D. That is a very similar story that I heard about Lilo and Stitch. They apparently kind of had to fight the only reason that one ended up being 2D was because they really, really wanted the showrunner. I mean, not the showrunner, the director, and he was liked enough by the executives to get like a bit of room. You have to go back to my Lilo and Stitch review to hear more about that. But yeah, it turns out Schumacher was like a really good executive at Disney. Like, actually good from a creative perspective. Not just financially. God, I'm getting my ass handed to me. Shit. Whiplashing tonally altogether. Get GTA San Andreas gets a mod with new campaign, new map, with story happening in Carcer City from Manhunt Part of the same verse. Oh my. Wow, we went from Disney movies to GTA San Andreas. That is some total whiplash if I've ever heard it. Ooh. Oh shit. I keep getting hit by that. God damn it! It's insane the length producers and staff would go to when making anime movies. Yeah, like you've seen the amount of work they put into Atlantis. Oh yeah, I've seen some of the behind the scenes stuff. It was insane. Atlantis, Treasure Planet, and Lilo and Stitch are like those 3 late Renaissance movies that were just unrealistically good. Like, I can't even blame other stuff for not being that good. Oh god, I cannot dodge that freaking scythe attack. Jeez. Fucking crescent. Alright, I'm about to die. Jesus. Okay. Fuck. Alright. Dodge. Okay. Come on, come on. Made a whole freaking chart dealing the ecology of Lycing Atlantis. Yeah. And you know, again, I already have an entire review going over how detailed Lilo and Stitch was. That was like a whole thing too. Like, god damn, those Disney teams back in the day did some freaking work. Alright. I'm finally getting the hang of this. Alright, come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, there we go. Got it. Last phase. Move in for the big combo thing. Oh, shoot. Parry. Oh, shoot. I'm going to use my revive. I'm going to use my revive. With all of being underground, and my god, let's not forget the Prince of Egypt. Yeah, that movie is pretty good, too. That movie is really solid. I mean, it just looks really good. Although that wasn't... I thought that was DreamWorks, not Disney. I thought Prince of Egypt was like DreamWorks, not Disney, though. I mean, we are talking about DreamWorks, too. Oh, man, though. Again, have you seen the trailer for the new DreamWorks movie? That's me as a child with everyone else. Even though I was raised to be a ritual offering. Oh, man. What was it? DreamWorks Forgotten Island? Yes, Forgotten Island by DreamWorks. Can I just say, thank you, Spider-Verse. I feel like ever since Spider-Verse, there's been this push towards more stylized, creative, and colorful CG movies. So I can only keep trying again and again. Oh, she kept trying to bring her friends back. That's so sad. I'll be a good one. You don't want you to sacrifice yourself. Won't be with you. Alright. Sorry for worrying you. YouTube is going to have an issue with the simple fact that in this game you're killing demons. I don't know. It's so weird. YouTube is like weird with the censorship. I feel like it's only in chat though, because they'll let you play some absolutely messed up stuff in game. Remember, this is the same website we played the game where we had like a woman who had her child's like fetus stuffed in a bloody washing machine. Remember that game? Remember that horror game? That was a whole thing. Oh, don't mention it. I hope everyone can make decisions they don't regret. Alright. You have become much stronger, Miss Homura Hime.
私が見てそれも体
Their heart as well.
私はあなたに
None of them have memories nor a future, but they always follow the same path as the last, eventually exercising me. You're saying Archie coming to life is normal?
白クイーンと今の
Shira
私たちを
Kinu,
除いて
Queen, and us, most people don't have the second set of memories.
わからない
Wait, so it's not just like they've harvested demons before, they've harvested the same demons over and over. What's the point of that? In before, On is the ultimate mastermind. Ultimate before everything. Find everything.
あやかし払いの
Not really sure what you mean there. But no. Ever since Spider-Verse, there's been this slow creep with things like, you know, the second Spider-Verse movie, with K-pop Demon Slayers, now things like The Forgotten Island, Mitchell versus the Machines. I feel like we finally started to move past this early stage. So we had three. I like to like put CG animation into like a few tiers. So there's like really early CG animation where it was like really uncanny. And this turned into like the early years of Pixar, as I like to call them, where CG was good enough to do like this very cartoony style. But we kind of were still trying to brush up against realism, weirdly enough. And it eventually solidified into what I call the Pixar style that everyone tried to copy. And that started with Toy Story, where we were still doing realism. And by the time, like, let's say, like, God, what's a good movie to say? Like, by the time Frozen came around, other 3CG movies were essentially trying to copy the Pixar look. Even DreamWorks to an extent. Like, How to Train Your Dragon is kind of going for that vibe of other Pixar movies and their, like, general character shapes and designs. Yes, they could have, like, breaks in the design, you know, different body types, different themings, but they were trying for that same look and feel, I think. And recently, we've moved in, and that was like the Pixar style phase, you know. Pixar moved from their early stuff, where it was a little rough, into a kind of satisfied move, and then everyone started copying them. That's like that's the third phase. So we had before Pixar, Pixar's heyday, and then everyone's copying Pixar. And now Spider-Verse came out, and I feel like people are now realizing that you could make movies that look really different. You can make movies that, like, really embrace their own unique vibe and style. You can make CG look however you want. And now we're having mainstream movies from big publishers. Like, there had always been indie stuff. I want to make that very clear. There had always been cool indie stuff going on. But we've had things like To Be a Hero X, we've had Spider-Verse, we've had Mitchell vs. the Machines, we've had... And now we're getting, like, The Forgotten Island by DreamWorks. DreamWorks is fucking killing it. Just gonna say that. DreamWorks is fucking killing this shit lately. And I think this is going to be like one of their movies that it really does flash on there. I'll even include the bad guys to an extent. It was starting to move away from that Pixar style, and DreamWorks was starting to find almost its own style with different types of like body shapes and different vibe. You have things like Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, for example, too, that kind of had their own thing going on as well. And again, it's just DreamWorks all the way. DreamWorks and Sony, weirdly enough, although Sony has like kind of seemed to have not understood how good they had it, given what they did to K-pop Demon Hunters. This is that Twin Dollars not suffers a horrible phase last time. I will try not to murder the dogs again. I promise. I'm not going to actively hunt them down again. That would be horrible. Oh man. But yeah. Oh shit, one of them is glitching. They're glitching. They're glitching. I love Puss in Boots 2. The problem is that the sequel is too forgivable movie. I'm sorry, what the fuck are you saying? The Last Wish is the good movie in that series. To be fair, I haven't watched Puss in Boots 2. I've mostly heard Puss in Boots 1. Last Wish is so good. So good. Oh, man. It is, like, insanely good. I never did a review on it because I feel like enough people were talking about it, but man, I loved it once I finally watched it. Took me a while. I had to be talked into it because the first Puss in Boots movie really felt really mediocre to me. But no, there's this, like, very colorful, insane visual style. And the Forgotten Island really does look like it's about to, really does look like it's about to embrace a lot of the crazy stuff. I'm very excited to see it. I'm very happy that CG movies are moving past just needing to look the same and starting to look a bit more different. And don't get me wrong, there had always been some variation. It was just that there had been a certain homogenized feel to a lot of CG stuff for a bit. I had never really had too much of a problem with it because again, I just hadn't realized how far they could really go in a big production. But then Spider-Verse came out and my standards improved. Sort of like how my standards for, like, you know, sort of like how Pixar itself increased all the standards for 3D CG animation when it came out with Toy Story. Oh, man. And later in some of its other films after the fact. I still find it funny that Pixar was like, yeah, this is really uncanny looking. Let's utilize the uncanny. The Blue Shadow is trying to do here, for the place of harmony turned against itself. I mean, yeah. I mean, we're also trying to enforce. It's also clearly a embodiment. It's also clearly serving a pope or like religious figure that is trying to assert its control over everyone else's. So it's literally like taking over the followers of these archdemons. Also, that like turning it into chaos doesn't necessarily seem right because for all of its, like, bluster, it does try and justify itself as being a orderly presence versus chaos, actually. So I'm not really sure that fits in with, like, the religious order, although it might fit in with the Blue Shadow specifically, because the Blue Shadow has seen a bit more, like, you know, specifically just, like, mindlessly destructive. I don't want to say mindlessly, but, like, it enjoys inflicting pain and suffering more than just seeing it as, like, a needed, you know, it's not just, like, a job, it enjoys doing that. Alright. Got him. Yes! We've gotten Puss in Boots. Have you forgot that Puss in Boots had a movie before The Last Wish? Basically, yeah. I know that they had a movie before it. I basically just don't regard them, though. Which is weird, because they're clearly pulling back to stuff that happened in the previous movies. You looking for a fight? Thank you for helping out. Couldn't have done that on my own. Rika, what's your names? This is all done by action, so it's just like me. Yeah, the bosses are chasing her down. A town living with harmony and demon goes against the narrative. Oh, right. Narrative. Right. It's against the narrative of the church. Demons can't be a orderly presence. They have to be a chaotic presence, so that the order has an excuse to go in and stamp it all out. Right. Larger narrative. Last Wish is sequel to forgettable movie. Again, I didn't even see it. I do like that you don't need to see it, because The Last Wish is too good to be gated off by other movies, like, what is it, like two other forgettable movies? I do like that the implication, though, is that Puss is gonna go live out. Puss is like, all right, we're gonna go head back to Forever Ever After and go like hang with Shrek. Like, no, that's like, at the end of the movie, Puss in Boots is like, all right, I'm gonna retire from adventuring and go hang out with my friends, Shrek and Donkey for a bit in a royal, you know, in Happily Ever After. We're gonna go meet up with my friends again, which I just thought was like, no, that's good. He's finally gonna settle down. It's great. Stand so high. They start from scratch and they don't miss. Yeah. It's always easier to get people on board when your first movie is the one that everybody likes. It's a bit hard to say, look, you don't need to watch the sequels. Please watch it. You don't need to watch the first few movies. I know the sequels were bad, but you don't need to watch them. It's okay. They can't hurt us. Gotcha. Slash. Ooh. Alright, got him. Come on. Alright, come on. Oh, I've turned into demon mode. I didn't even realize I clicked both triggers. Oh, come on, stupid little bird. There we go, finally. God damn. Ugh. Can we talk about how Kitty Pow is in this from Bolt? Wait, really? I had no idea about that. Huh. To be fair, I watched Bolt like a long time ago, and almost like, I don't think I've ever rewatched it. I watched it a long time ago, and I've just never gone back to it. It was okay. Like, it wasn't bad. It was pretty good in a lot of ways, but I just... You know, the premise was also fairly interesting and unique. I liked it as a premise. But I've just never gone back to Bolt. Again, it's been a long time since I've seen Bolt. I can't remember a lot of the... basically, what I heard was a character from Puss in Boots is like a character from Bolt. Never watched Bolt. Never interested me. Well, I honestly, the reason I've watched a lot of movies is because I used to rent movies on the regular. We had like a Video USA near us. When I say movies, I was mostly talking about DVDs and eventually Blu-rays. By the time I was like out of elementary school, Blockbuster was already about to start going under. So, and then it was just Redbox. Like throughout my childhood, I think I was at Redbox more than Blockbuster. Because believe it or not, my library didn't always have like the insane degree of movies it does now. Like when I say I renting all this stuff in my library, it's actually a fairly recent thing. When I was younger, they did have a movie selection, but it was a lot more limited. And they didn't have Blu-rays until, I mean, sometime between when I was in high school and college. Sometime like probably after I went to college, so a few years, but not when I was like younger. A lot of like the recent ramp up was just due to smart financial decisions they've been slowly building into for a few years. Worth revisiting. In current days, it's going to hit harder than ever. It was strong on its own. Yeah, it was definitely a solid movie. It had a good premise. I like the idea of like, this is a dog who they've essentially tricked into thinking he's a superhero. Because it actually, like, you know, they were basically like, yeah, we basically like keep the dog in method acting mode for its entire life. I'm sure that won't result in any trauma or issues. Alright. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Come on. And, oh god, the stupid ice teeth that continuously just spam themselves. Alright, we're gonna, like, blast you a bit. Alright, here we go. Slash everybody. There we go. And bam. And got you too, bitch. Yes. Hey, ha! Death by 1,000 cuts. Nice. We're really getting all these trial chambers. Sweet. Movie will never be the same for me after my dog passed away. I managed to build a similar bond. And they managed to build a similar bond with, and I feel like it could have been better. Bond, not movie, or James Bond movie. Yeah, losing a pet can be hard. We've lost a few dogs. All of them have really died from old age though, which has been nice. So our first dog when I was really young was Buster, and he was like this boxer. My parents got when they were like first getting married, so he was already kind of old when me and my brother were born. And by the time we were, you know, he was like before we were even born. He was my parents' dog, and Oh my god, these fights. One thing I will say about this game that I get a little tired of is just like all the constant parrying. Like, I feel like some of the fights is just like you basically might as well just like spam the parry button during a fight. Because it doesn't really seem to interrupt you too much, and you never know when you're going to get bombarded by like a dozen different red icons. It's not even that hard, because parrying just requires you to hit the button at the right time, so it's more about like just not getting too involved in your comboing. Oof. God of War on God mode be like... but yeah, so after he got old, he passed away in his sleep. We just woke up one morning and he was not moving. We had a cat too named Chloe, and she just she was weirdly close with him, like not the usual cat and dog thing. They were like very close to each other, and she just kind of never was the same after he died. Apparently they had gotten each other like my parents had gotten them both like very close together, and then when they were very young, so they had essentially like grown up together as like a brother and sister pair. And yeah, she was just not the same, and she passed soon after. We eventually got a new dog named Zoe. That story melts my heart. Yeah, Buster was sweet. Then we got Zoe, who was also very chill. You know, very chill. We had 3 very chill pets. And then we had the terrors. So Zoe was like a little lab mix something, like a little tiny dog, not like an actual lab mix. I forget what she was. She was like, you know, black fur, kind of looked like a lab, but like tiny, and she had like little white spots on her paw. She was chill. She was a nice chill dog. My brother got her as like a birthday gift, and you know, it's like a present for his birthday. He got to pick out the dog for the family, and what else was it? And then after that, we had her for a bit. And then on the way home one day, my mom saw a dog on the side of the road who looked very emancipated. And we named her Lola. And she has stuck around ever since. We tried to look for a different home for her a bit, but the mom just couldn't find anyone, and we were like, we don't want to just like send her to the pound. So we typed Lola. And to this day, she still acts like she is not going to get food ever again if she doesn't eat all her food right now, which is understandable because she had apparently been living in the woods. We don't know exactly how old she is. We have general age. She was like very emancipated and kind of sick when we first got her, but she's like super hyper and very energetic as a dog now. This one is definitely a lab of some kind, like a lab mixed with something. She's big, she is fast, she has knocked me down on occasions when I was younger. And she will pull you down if you don't hold that leash, if you aren't prepared for her when you're walking her. And after that, on the way to my school, we found another dog who was like a border collie mix named Stella. And my mom didn't even find a tag on her, so she picked her up. My mom's a bit, she will just find animals and pick them up and grab them. And after that, we got Stella, and Stella is equally energetic, and she and Lola have been just bouncing off each other their entire lives. Although it's kind of funny, because now Lola's getting a bit old, but she's still acting energetic. And Stella is also just like kind of tired, but they will still bark up a storm. And recently, like within the last like 2 years, we got a dog named Rhett. I forget what he is, but he is... yeah, he's another dog, and he has been around for a bit. He is equally energetic, and we originally got him, we were originally just, holding on to him for a bit, until someone else, while they looked for another place for him, because they couldn't keep him at their place, but they couldn't find, but the person they were going to eventually decided they didn't want to keep him, and my mom didn't want to send him back to the pound because she had gotten attached, so we had another dog. Yeah, all 3 of the new ones are adoptees that we got very informally. The first 3 pets were we went to shelters and they got them as gifts. These 3 just kind of walked into our lives through random circumstance, and they've been here ever since. Oh, so yeah. We've had a lot of pets at our house. Lots of pets. Oh, they can be a bit of a pain, but they're sweet. Although, recently they've had a very bad habit of, like, trying to, like... You know when a dog feels like it's trying to trip you? That's what it feels like recently. It feels like they are just trying to trip us. The horizontal body must be used to trip you. I'm sorry, I saw you doing something, so I steered right behind you in such a way as when you turn around, you will nearly trip over me. Oh, and it feels like, you know that thing where, like, two people, like, nearly walk into each other, and they try and step aside, but they both step in the same direction, and they step back in the same direction, and they keep doing that, trying to apologize. You know, that comedy bit? Yeah, my dogs, like, do that to us, except without the apologies, and then they think it's a game. That makes them only want to do it more. Hello, Kushinade. These dolls really love pulling pranks. Sometimes it's a huge pain in the... Oh, nothing else. Talking to myself. Okay. Take damage in your stead. Yeah, we'll grab another mana one. Animals are surprisingly good users of the Jujutsu martial arts. Yeah, they be like that. But yeah, so we've had a decent number of pets around. So I get it. I get it. Future of Inumachi is in your head. Bye-bye. Alright, so we've gathered almost all the Demon Lords, I think. I think the only one we're really missing now is the Bone Demon. The damn fox must have done this on purpose. Oh shit, you bought a bunch of helpers this time. Was your last attempt not pitiful enough already? Don't get so cocky. I'm gonna beat you to the ground till you grovel on the ground crying. Alright, we got our evil shadow self. God, our dark counterpart has such a cocky smirk on their face. The way they did the eyes and the mouth, oh god, I just want to punch them so bad. I was sort of a mounts once, and I weighed 109 kilograms while being close. I weighed 109 kilograms while being dangerously close to anorexic. Yeah, I get that vibe. I was like that when I was younger. I actually had to drink, like, oh man. I actually had to, like, drink, like, supplements to gain weight, because I had, like, a really fast metabolism when I was really young. Wish I still had that fast metabolism. It was nice to be able to just eat as much as you wanted and still not gain weight at all. That was really nice. Like, I just did not have to worry about weight gain at all. You have no idea how fun that is. Not anymore. Ooh. Don't really care about my weight too much, as long as it's not interfering with my day-to-day, and I'm doing more exercise now. Unlike some people, I'm regularly trying to bike ride to work. Although recently it's been raining, and I've decided not to go in the rain just because, you know, it's storming, it's Baton Rouge, and it gets hard to see. Honestly, I don't even really mind the rain because I have a waterproof bag, and I don't mind it when it's on the way back. I've actually decided recently that I'm just like gonna, even if it says it's gonna rain on the way back, I'm just gonna do it. It's on the way there because I don't like walking into work wet and having to like dry off. Especially because they've been a lot stricter on like logging in right on time and all that, so I'd have to like get there and get to my desk and everything while I'm soaked. Close to 50 kilograms. Saying, if it wasn't Jujutsu, then fucking kill me. There's message that's visible in only one of the chats. Shoot. Oh, the live stream chat. I tried to say manhunt, and in order to solidify this, overkill with whiplash, but YouTube gets offended, and the message didn't pass through when I tried to say, look at that, killing is fine now. Oh, man. Oh, you said that one a while ago. But you just read it, actually. Let's get some friends to liven things up. How come she can do all this bullshit? Isn't she just my dark counterpart? Oof. Must she continue to spam? Alright, gotcha. Holy shit! Look at that health bar go down. Damn. Oh my god, I almost got her in one blast. That was insane. Look at that. I was so close to getting her in one go. Yes! Got it. Didn't do great with the time or the damage taken, but man, did I burst her down. Getting tired of this. Fighting guys is so boring. You... How are you this much of a brat? Whatever you say. See you next time. Defect. Really like it when bosses that are supposed to be like a duel are actually duels. Jetstream, Sam, and Virgil are fake duels, YOLO. Yeah, and the hunter NPCs from Bloodborne are fucking cheaters. I understand. I get your vibe. They're tanky assholes too. What are you doing? Well, I think you're really strong, ma'am. So we want to spar with you. An honor, ain't it? You don't have the right to say no. What does packing me up have to do with anything? You're just a really big pain in the brain, Mousy. We're what we call collateral. Man over here takes our fight seriously. Oh yeah, this is not giving me trauma flashbacks at all. So, how much, on a scale of like 1 to 10, how bad do you think Homura's trauma flashbacks are right now? You know, that she's like making us do this again? I've never lost to no one, and I'm not scared of nothing. Actually, you have lost, and last time it really didn't end well for you. Oh boy. Funny thing is, Souls actually have good examples of dual bosses. Even DMC has better examples of dual fights, like Nero versus Dante or Nero versus Credo. Alright. Alright. Haha! I had to redo this fight a few times, so I'm actually a lot better at it. Oh, you're not getting me again. Sorry. I know how to do this. Alright. Oh, by the way, Dawn Seeker, I'm not sure if you saw the message earlier, but you officially tainted my goddamn advertising suggestions. Because I was on a Minecraft. So, like I said, every once in a while, like I think I said this like last time. I have a Minecraft hardcore world that I play for like an hour or a few minutes, somewhere between a few minutes to an hour, like every like week or so. You know, I do like a little bit of time when I have some free time, or I have some like availability. You know, a little bit of downtime, and I have like my iPad because it's on a Bedrock edition. I know, Bedrock edition really, which sucks. I can't really play that world on my PC because I can't play Bedrock on Linux. I don't play a lot, and I don't really want to install it on Windows because I'm afraid it's going to accidentally activate a Microsoft account. But anyway, getting back to the point. I was on a Minecraft seed map because I was trying to figure out, like, I was looking for, glow moss, glow fruit, in the lush underground jungles. And, I was on the Minecraft seed map. And right below it, guess what character was having a trailer play out? It was Rosie! Yes, that's right. Your adorable little fox girl was right there. Whoosh. Whoosh. So yeah, she showed up. And I was like, seriously? God damn it, Dawnseeker, you've tainted my results forever. I listened to Dawnseeker and watched one video, and the next thing you know, I have forever just getting Genshin ads. Did someone say, Rosie? Yes, I saw an ad. Well, wow, Dawnseeker wasn't even paying attention. He was just, he heard the word Rosie. It was like, what? No, my sweet. Yes. So I was on a Minecraft Seed website, and they had a full, like, video player ad at the bottom with Rosie's, like, trailer or something. It's not Genshin, it was Arknight's Enfield. Sorry, Arknight's Enfield. My bad. I mostly noticed that it was Rosie, so I wasn't really paying attention to the rest of it. I'm like, god damn it, they know. I watched one YouTube video and suddenly all the advertisers think I want Arkfield Enfield. And it wasn't just there either. That was the first place I saw it, but I've seen it no less than 3, like a Rosie or like the same, some of the characters from that trailer in no less than 4 different ads in the last like 2 days. Of course they had to get nearly naked. We can't be sane. We have to be anime, right? And anime involves... of course anime has to be nearly naked. It wouldn't be anime if it wasn't. Holy shit, that bar. That stamina bar is fucking insane. My beloved wolf girl. Well, she could be beloved for you. Can I at least stop seeing her everywhere? Jeez, okay, this fight is actually getting a little intense. Believe it or not. It was almost like it was designed to be challenging for people who had already beaten them before. Oof. Haha! Alright. Oh shit. Oh god, it's bullet hell shooter time. Ow. Ow. Oh god, I'm terrible at this. Oh no! I'm great at the fight, not so much at the bullet helling. Holy shit. Oh no 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 no! Oh! Okay, got parry. We can parry these. As well as build some combo. Oh, I should be attacking her. I always keep forgetting to attack the actual boss in these segments. Alright, let's keep doing this. Keep going, keep it going, keep it going. Alright, keep up the firepower. There we go. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Oh shit. Holy shit. I'm using my respawn. I'm using a respawn here. Using a revival item. Okay, come on. Yes, got it. People who made her put so much effort into her. If you walk for a bit, she does some hopscotch. If you jog for a while, she skips for a bit. Yeah, it is nice seeing people put a lot of energy into like the models and animations of 3D images. It really is cool. Oh man. Look at her fluffy tail too long. She will turn around and sigh at you in disappointment, then flash an adorable grin. Is this when we... I ain't never been scared of nothing. That's gotten us into a good bit of trouble, though. And we beat up the bad guys together, right? You and me. Ain't nobody stronger than us. It's about home, we can just build our own. Wherever you are, home is home to me. Aw, how sweet. Don't get carried away, Mousy. Am I the only one who thinks she looks more like a rabbit? Huh? Huh? Really sorry for last time. I'm not sure what happened to me back then. Definitely wasn't my intention. That's fine. Just like that? I said kill me if you have to back then, didn't I? Wait, so they remember too? I guess, okay. So I guess all the archdemons remember, which really doesn't hint that the priest is actually just an archdemon. I may be a sucker for wolves, but she doesn't do it for me. Wolves were my second Patronus after dragon. Yeah. Ah. For me, second is dinosaurs. Sorry. And after that, owls. If I had to pick like a real life animal I think is really fucking cool, it's owls. Owls are sweet. Then again, I've also always loved their association with knowledge and learning, you know, the whole Athena thing. Like, come on. I can't say no to that. That's what I'm all about. I'm all about the books. Like, if you could harness a librarian and turn into an animal, let's be real, Avatar: The Last Airbender got it right. It's an owl. If you do a librarian, it's gotta be an owl, because, duh. Or a crow. Crows are actually, like, weirdly smart. They even had the Ian voice actor, the English voice actor for Rosie leave lines in Italian. We brought Tira-kun in and from the girls from Inamachi back with us all at once. You more smoothly than I expected. 3 and Adashino are the only ones left. Introduce new members. God, I really hope we can finish today. When I played Zoo Tycoon, the first 2 enclosures I made was always the alligators and the penguins. Yeah, penguins are pretty cool and alligators are sweet. She's been stealing looks at me from a distance. Well, we'll protect you later to Zomi. She has to be up to something so suspicious. Don't be rude. Ling Ling is another archie who will be staying with us here for now. She's a little shy and can easily get scared though. Nice to meet you, Miss Ling. Akane is Akane. Nice. I think I would always try and make the tigers or the oh god, what was the other ones I always tried to do? Because I did play a bit of Zoo Tycoon, not a ton, but I played a little bit. I'm always trying to do either the tigers or like elephants, I think. Some, you know, very traditional zoo stuff. I would go for like traditional zoo, like the animals you most think of being in like every possible zoo. You know, speaking of penguins, I recently have gotten a hold of like the Madagascar series somewhat recently for my server, for my Plex server, because I got a hold of, you know, Blue Days. And I was reminded that the Penguins are probably the best thing to come out of that entire series. Have you ever seen, like, the Penguins TV show? It's actually pretty fun. It's not like an amazing work of art or anything, but it's, like, just good cartoon. You know, good, solid episodic cartoon with a lot of fun characters. Honestly, the Penguins' whole shtick I thought would get old for me, but it doesn't. For some reason, they have such a good dynamic, and it's better than the actual, like, you know, like, Animals of Madagascar. Like, it's actually better. They not cartoon. Penguins of Madagascar aren't cartoons. Really? Come on. How is that not a cartoon? It's CG, but it's still a cartoon. And I would argue the Penguins turn it into more of a cartoon than most CG shows. Let's be real. I mean, Rico has basically got a hammer space inside his own fucking gut. Oh, I love that Rico is essentially their solution to half their problems. As long as you're willing to blow shit up. Oh. Imagine what having all that dynamite must do to a man. Made Ling Ling cry. You mean? Still technically not a cartoon. I mean, what are you defining a cartoon as? It's an animated show, and it has like a cartoon style where it's episodic, based around core cast of characters, in a reusable location. You know, it has that very episodic, like early cartoon vibe. I mean, it's basically a spiritual successor of like the fucking Hanna-Barbera stuff. Slapstick gags. Cartoon is hand-drawn animation. I don't know. I feel like you can say cartoon. Like, Cartoon Network had plenty of CG shows. Okay, does Code Lyoko count? Also, most stuff isn't hand-drawn anyway nowadays. It's digitally drawn. That's strategically drawn, frequently animated, in unrealistic and semi-realistic style. I would say that the Penguins of Madagascar generally are. You know. Only typically drawn, not always. Yeah. Doesn't have to be. Alright, so we've got the sisters left. Let's see. Nope, we still don't have enough. We don't have enough spider lilies for her. Won't hesitate anymore. I will give it my all. Okay. Instead of the elimination, we get like the "we've recruited them" mark. So you're technically correct. The best kind of correct. Yay! I like being right. Only typically, not always. We should look for the older sister next, right? Yeah, because the others are kind of went missing. Mamiya. Mamiya. The fallen samurai. It felt like she was worried for you even. I felt like she was trying to teach me something. I felt that. She lost to me on purpose. Might have been easier to convince her to join us if we had her little sister with us. Could a gossip come here when the dimensions were all wonky? Maybe. They were looking for each other. Let's look for her. Maybe we'll give all three of them right now. We'll all go back together. Alright, let's do this. Come on. If only we could go back before everything went wrong. Also only frequently emanated because there are still images that are also cartoons. Yeah! You can have like literally like comic panels be called cartoons. We're super famous. Something the matter. Don't worry, I won't bother you. Just wanted to express my respect and support. We're enemy of Jingu now. You saved an Adashino. We've never met in person before. You're so kind. You haven't actually changed. You decided to walk down a different path in order to stick to your original ideas, and that's super cool. I'm getting all emotional. We thank you for your support, random mook. Do. Hey, there we go. Ooh, secret. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Now, anything else around here? Ah, chest. I like many things about penguins, but I hate how inconsistent it is with the shame because I enjoy it so much. 18 plus parody with Polish cinema put into their mouths in order to make the original plots were another dimension altogether. What? Cartoon is basically a type of animation that I will simply call it all that animation. Oh wait, am I going the wrong way? Shit, I'm actually getting turned around for once. Alright, here we go. I think this is the right... Okay, wait. Okay, what the frick is this? Okay, this is the way. This is the way. This is the way. There we go. Okay. And here we go. Oh wow, that okay, how am I supposed to get those balloons in that sort of a time span? Oh boy. You are an ass. I'm gonna kill you first. There we are. Kill the teeth of ice. Cartoons do not have to be animated, though. Back in the high school days, so plenty of parodies made with using Polish 18+ movies for adults, always swearing and edgy, but pulling them from cabarets to... I have no idea what that is. I'm assuming it's like edgy parodies of cartoons. Alright, and bam! Got it! Alright, fire, 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 fire! Whoop! Yes! Haha! Yes! Oh, wow, look at that. I only took a little bit of damage, too. Oof, that was such a good run. That was a good one right there. Probably one of my best fights, honestly. Oh my frickin'. Alright, you need to go away, mister. No more laser beams for you. You've had your fill. Okay. Any secrets over here I'm missing? Don't see any hidden treasure chests. Oh! A laser beam! You're still alive? I thought I killed you already. Alright. Fire the lasers at them and they die. Let's go. Okay, let's hop up here. I'm assuming we're going... which direction? Ah, over here. But yeah. Penguins of Madagascar was a solid show that I don't actually think about that much. But every time I do, I'm like, oh yeah, that was really good. I think I watched it like a lot as a kid. Oof. Whoop. What did Chikuri mean by shadows just like me? Could it be someone like Dark Homura? Yeah, we're probably like a clone or something. Like they've been trying to perfect an exorcist for a while as like a partner or something to forge into a demon that would like serve the church. But I'm imagining most of them couldn't actually do the job, and they finally got us, who was like Prodigy, and then they had the dark version, who's us stripped of all our emotions. At least that's my current vibe. You know, they've been trying to perfect an exorcist partner for the demon, for whatever reason. I'm still unclear on the exact usage. Like, it's clear they want to use the demonic powers to break free of the constraints they have or their ability to manipulate reality. Because demons have this unrestrained power to make desires into reality. And by combining that with the ability to slowly tug at reality as a stabilizing influence, it seems like they could use it to, like, essentially ascend their powers into full godhood. Like, I get that vibe. I'm just unclear on, like, the exact methodology behind it all. Okay. Alright. You know what? We don't have time for that chamber. I'm going to go to that another day. Right now we are... Oh, it's the tree again. If only could talk to like, the flowers in Tonka Castle. I feel like they could tell us a lot. Take us to what Mami treasures the most, please. Where are the pattern spiders filled into all this? Oh gods, no, we're not doing a Mage the Ascension. Oh god, you did this to me. You did this to me. Now my brain is playing Mage the Ascension parallels. Ugh. Okay, first of all, I don't think this would be Mage. I think this would be Wraith. We have a Dark Shadow version of ourselves that's trying to pull us into oblivion. And we have people who are driven by their desires and their attachments to former lives. We have... Remember, there are multiple versions of the afterlife, too. So this could just be a weird derivative of the afterlife. And, on top of this, I think if we're doing that, then this is one of the forbidden guilds. Like, the super forbidden ones who could alter memories. So by altering memories, they can essentially rewrite history. But it's super destructive. And there's a chance to, like, utterly erase everything or break reality because they're fucking with the core thing. Maybe, okay, maybe the leader of the cult is a mage who's in the afterlife fucking with a bunch of very powerful wraiths. Like it feels like there might be more Wraith parallels here than there are Mage parallels per se. Maybe we're not a Wraith, but like I feel like we might be. We have the shadows. We have the shadow thing, and that makes me immediately just go Wraith vibe. Or maybe our shadow has been separated from us before we died. Like, we were a potential, like, mage who they were preparing for something. And in order to get the job done, they've essentially separated our shadow in advance. Oh, got it. Whoa. Alright. I actually remember to do the shooting. Holy shit, I'm doing well. Okay. Yes. Alright, and there we go. I've been learning about the WAD Wide Web. Wait, what? The WAD Wide Web. Do you mean like the world, like a world of darkness? Oh. You know, I hate that works so well. World of Darkness Wide Web. Ugh. The WAD Wide Web. Clever. Oh shit! Phase 2, bitches! It's been a while. Oh. Okay. Yes, got it. Rina and Yuna. Oof. Alright. Wearing it down very quickly. Yes, come on. Getting it down, getting it down. Oh! From the 2000s, the internet is a really cool toy. You really should check out NeoCities. If you have not checked out NeoCities yet, definitely check it out. Like, just go looking for websites like you used to back in the day. It's so much fun. I found a few new ones. I actually found a really good book review site. One of the things they do, they have like these really cool book icons, and one of the cool things I like is that even though they haven't reviewed everything, they'll often recommend things and then be like, yeah, these are some popular books that I've read, or just like books I've read, even though things I haven't reviewed necessarily, that I think you would like. I really need to add those to like my more like my more modern book reviews. Just be like, hey, if you like this book. Sort of like, I have been trying to do that a bit more. Like I brought The Cloisters, for example, in the new Maltese Falcon review. So, because, you know, mystery was here. It's one of the only mystery books I've really read. Probably should. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You probably enjoy it. Oh, here it comes. Oh, shit. Oh, here it comes. Oh my god, it turns into a bullet hell shooter. Oh, shit, I keep forgetting to shoot my laser beams at her. I always forget during these, like, big boss fight moments to shoot my blessed shots. There we go. Speaking of NeoCities, have you seen Scryfall today? Scryfall? No, I have not seen Scryfall today. Why would Scryfall be connected to NeoCities? See, reason why I'm not associated with Nier is because I saw Returnal. Free checking live chat. Oh my god. That is... Did somebody just link the Scryfall search? Wait, is this actually... Oh my god, they're doing a crossover? Are you serious? Is this actually real? Oh my god, this is real. Their mascot is Nico Bolas. Oh my gods. Oh my gods, this is cool. That is so cool. That is so fucking cool. Cool, so they could have been really bad. Uh-oh. Miyuki, Miyuki, don't go. Nope. Me alone again. Came so far just to see you again. Everyone. Oh? Miyuki, I think there might be some kind of misunderstanding. Sure your sister still loves you, Agasa. Gome. Shouldn't have run off by myself. Adorable squeaking noise. They're not bad people. It reminds me of Amnesia with the way it's just like. If you say so. You want to trust us now? For now. Just for now. You can't find Miyuki or you take me somewhere weird. I won't ever forgive you. Even if I die and become a ghost. Mommy, by the way, what's this? Familiar feeling. That tree again. What in the world is it? What in the world is the deal with the tree? That is a bit of a question, yeah. I mean, it's definitely one of those desire plants again. Back in the mansion again. Everything's still here for some reason. Only exists in these memories, though. Okay. So they're gonna go off and play. That is so cool, though. Like, that Scryfall is doing that. Again, I've been noticing that, like, in the last, like, month or so, Neo Cities has been getting, like, a lot more coverage. Like, I've noticed some other YouTubers in my feed talking about it, even like, a handful of people that I'd, like, seen videos of before, not just entirely new Neo City stuff. Brings me back. Don't sweat. I know you were forced to move away. It must have been lonely, too, back then. I think it's an early April Fool's joke, though. Oh, it's most definitely an April Fool's joke. 100%. But I still think it's cool because it, like, definitely shows that, like, you know, people would have to get the joke, right? Or at the very least, I guess the base joke is just, haha, 2000 style website, right? Alright. And there we go, firing off the Phoenix. Yes, you will be defeated. By me. Release the shots. Yes. Gotcha. Yeah, it probably is early April Fool's joke, though. Oh, by the way, one of the weird things I just realized is the Mario Galaxy movie. I had planned to go seeing it later, like this weekend, maybe on Sunday. But I just found out that it's apparently coming out tonight, like midnight, on April, which means it's actually coming out on April Fool's Day. Not sure why they were doing a midnight release in the middle of the goddamn week just before a holiday. Apparently, though, I checked the theater. If my local theater is any indication, it's not really paying off for them. Because you would think maybe some people were off on spring break and would go see it, but their parents sure as hell aren't going to bring them. And because they've actually got work tomorrow. And it turns out we have evolved from Bessie to it's like we have Twitter now. See, 2000 sites still had character. The problem with a lot of modern sites is they're basically so samey or just unnecessarily polished. Like, there's no personality, no rough edges to smooth down anymore. It's all bland. There's something very raw and interesting about old 2000 style websites. You know, back when everyone like was like making their own site, or like a lot of people were. Before everyone was like, oh yes, we'll just go to people who already have sites made for us. And you can still pre-made if you want, but like encouraging this culture of like trying to do it yourself and actually learn how it works is not only fun and interesting and lets all these like different vibes show off. Like there's this one where there's like gel Mew. They have like a Mew made of like gel and ooze as like their mascot. And it has like this really cool site with like a built-in MP3 player and like a custom icon that follows you around and all this cool stuff. I was ironizing because mess and edginess are still there. Fair. Oh look, I kept a demon airborne for 10 seconds or more. Nice. Got achievements. Alright, we gotta go look around. Retrieve the sister's memories. Oh god, this is gonna take a sec. I'm really hoping we finish tonight. Maybe I might go till like 9:45 if I can. Back when I thought about how I wouldn't see her again, I got really sad. Hid in the bushes and watched from there. I sent her off best I could. What a sweet kid. I don't mind even if she does. Oh look! Enemies from other areas! Hello, weird dog girl. I don't think they were here last time. These guys aren't even, like, doing anything. They're not fighting back. Maybe I shouldn't be killing them, but, well, targeting reticle is on board, and I don't think this game is as smart as Undertale. Alright. Do. Yes! Something in 2000s, though. Although, do you know Gary from Gary's Mod has made Valve from Gary's Mod has made Valve to allow them to do? What? What Gary from Gary's Mod has allowed them to do? See, when you said Gary, I just started hearing the Gary from Fallout 3. Have you ever played Fallout 3? Do you know about the Gary Vault? So you know how Vault Tech was like just like a bunch of assholes, and they were secretly getting people into like fucked up psychological experience? Well, apparently some of those experiments were just like whatever the frick they could think of, because one of them involved a guy called Gary and a cloning machine. The Garys broke free and killed the scientists, and now they've just been infinitely cloning themselves throughout the generations. Or the cloning machines are on automatic, and there's just an endless supply of Garys now. Yes, it's literally just a clone of one guy called Gary and also the clones apparently mentally degrade with each copy, so they literally, all they can do is say, ha ha ha, Gary, over and over and over again at this point. It's a whole vault, just full of the same NPC, shouting Gary over and over again. Beats a bowl of plum shaved ice. Quite the opposite, she can only make shaved ice. Everything else she makes is awful, even our dog won't eat it. That's too bad then. Basically, they got Gal to give them the game creation engine they have with a royalty-free license, since indie creators can use the engine without pay a fee for using it. Oh yeah, that's cool. I like that. I love it back. I love how Valve is like a remnant of that time in the 2000s to early 2010s when game devs were like actively encouraging modding communities. And, like, legitimately, even, like, the bigger studios were actively encouraging modern communities. Just how, like, because they thought it made their games better. That's a really shallow explanation for it, though. Oh, man. Remember back when Bethesda had a bit of integrity? God, my wing... I sighed, my wing is, like, distorting into my face again. It's twisted in on itself like 15 times now. I'm gonna do this real quick before we head off to like the second to last boss fight. We're gonna reset this. One more time tonight. There we go. There we go. There we go. Much better now. It's not twisting and I'm not in constant agony. Parents' room. We still sneak in here and play all the time. When you got caught? Although he's busy at work, so they won't home much. Call me the mage and dog a few times. Yuki's always the best. One I used for new Gary's creation called Sandbox, aka Barry Gary's Mod. Thanks, Dawn Seeker. Brief introductions are made as well as explanation of the current situation. I should probably take them back first, just to be safe. I'm going to look for Miyuki too. Mommy will be more willing to believe if we have Agasa herself vouch for her. Alright, cool. Let's grab some stuff. Grab the final health upgrade. Yay, health upgrades. Okay. We maxed out our health. That should be good. And we should be good with this fight. I don't remember it being too difficult. Alright. Only not even my fist can punch through. Damn it. Oh, we need a memory. Okay. Epic Games being stingy with their Unreal Engine, Unity beat their paywall. Gary's Mod in value, giving us a game creation engine with extremely high capabilities that these can use to create. I mean, unless I've missed something, doesn't Unreal let you make it for free until your game until your game earns a certain amount of money? And you can use this engine to make games without any payment for that, because I guess that's, guess what, Valve gets money from off them, so they would, why would they care? So basically someone else has licensed the ability to give licenses, and Valve doesn't care because they're getting paid for it. Cool. All I could do was wait for her inside the secret base. What's the doll Miyuki gave it to me? We never found it. Is it this? Not the one Miyuki gave me. This one? That's the doll I got from Miyuki. What's the matter? Thank you. Shut up. This means it belongs in the memory. I should return it here too. Oh. Games that then sell those games for a profit on Steam, only requiring Steam's 30% being on Steam. I will say I do like Unreal better than the shenanigans Unity's been pulling, because at least they allow for small creators who aren't making a ton of money off their games to do it. Like, I think it's reasonable then. Look, I think it's reasonable that a tool that's not open source, because Godot has proven that you can be open source and you can be good. By the way, Godot is also a good gaming engine. If you'd like to make a game, you can use Godot. I would recommend it, actually. One of the things Godot is better at, and I've been like too busy, but it's not been because I haven't had the time to do this. Unreal and Unity both take a while to like load everything up. Godot will boot up real quick. When we were doing work on like a little game project, the VR thing that we didn't really work out, but it was fun. We even had like a Mardi Gras level. And when we were doing that, one of the exhausting things was finding enough time to both load up the Unreal project and then still have time to work on it. Because it would take like 15 to 20 minutes just to get into the Unreal Engine and like have it all loaded in and get back to where we were working. And then we gotta be like, all right, I've already spent 20 minutes. Now I've got to get to work. And then you'd work for like 5 minutes and be like, oh, God, I got something to do. Or, because unless you had like several hours to do it, you couldn't just work on it. You needed like prep time and lots of downtime. And then you would be it was exhausting. Godot, on the other hand, opens nice and quick. Get right back to what you're doing. It's really nice if you have like a few minutes to work on something. I have been working on a lot of other projects, but I am still doing note-taking and the game design document for the Sorcery game. I haven't had time to work on the coding for the Sorcery game a ton, but I have been working on the game doc for it. And getting everything ready and working on like some stuff. Silence. So, hopefully once I like get a bit more time in my life, I'll be able to work on that a bit more. Maybe I'll do some of that this summer. I'm hoping to like clear off some room this summer. To maybe have a bit of time. I have done some stuff on it. The last time I worked on it, I think, was in February, I want to say, when I did a little bit of work on it. I wonder, actually, why Godot's out of the conversation. It's always Unreal Unity. Honestly, I've been hearing a lot about Godot lately. I've been using Godot. I haven't touched Unreal in a while, aside to, like, check on some stuff on some old projects. And Unity, the only reason I even fucking have the thing installed is for VR, is for the VR avatar stuff. Because all of that is like baked into plugins in Unity. If you wish to die so badly. But oof. It's only because Godot is not in your algorithm. Yeah, once you have Godot in your algorithm, you will see it. There are a lot of tutorials about Godot too. It's one of the reasons that it's like definitely the goated. It's definitely like the best current game engine in my opinion. Shit. God damn it. Oh, come on. Haha. Yes. Did it. All right. Oof. Oof. All right, can't die here. I don't want to use I don't want to use my extra life. But I don't have any more of those. Okay. I used to see plenty about Godot, and it doesn't seem to appear as much as... I mean, I see Godot stuff all the time. I mean, to be fair, one of the things I'm subscribed to is a guy who's working on like an action platformer, and he's doing regular dev diary updates on it. So I'm seeing that on the regular. Like, I see like plenty of shorts about like pixel art scaling, and it's all in Godot. You know? Honestly, most of my game design information now, like whenever I see info on like game design, it's always in Godot. Valve makes enough money. If Gavin wants more money, he doesn't have to squeeze receivers. Instead, he buys mega yacht companies. Well, yeah, because Gavin has perspective. He knows who to squeeze. If you're gonna squeeze somebody, at least squeeze the fucking ultra rich. Oof. Oh, shoot. I'm about to die. Oh, boy. Unseal my power. Damn it. Yeah. Oh, I do have a rival volume. Okay, cool. We'll use this. Okay. Yes. Alright. Got it. Ah. Valve has perspective and greed does not cloud them. Well, it's more so that they have all the money in the world. Like, you have to understand, even though Valve might not be like the most like profitable company on the planet, per employee, Valve actually might be the most, like, Valve might be the single most profitable company per employee on the planet. They have such a small number of, like, employees, and they make so much money relative to that it's actually insane. As a result, squeezing for them looks very different. And again, Gabe Newell actually cares about the industry he's a big part of, which helps. You know, being an actual part of the thing you're leeching money from means you have an interest in not completely destroying it. Honestly, that almost sounds too negative. That was all about the long-term planning, consumer-first approach other companies, investors are allergic to. Valve got to that point because no one else would actually listen to them. So they decided to do it themselves. The only reason Valve became Steam, which, let's be real here, that might as well be their company at this point. They do other stuff, but Steam is where they make most of their money, and it's a lot of their focus. Basically, everything they do is based around it. He cares or not, he sure knows how to win on users' benefit. Oh, absolutely. No. The reason Valve even exists, remember, is because they pitched their idea to a bunch of other people to build Steam because they were sick of dealing with third-party publishers. And they all said, nah, that would never work. We don't want to do that. So they were like, fine, we'll do it ourselves. And they became one of the most profitable enterprises on the fucking planet. Because people who think they know shit do not know shit. Oh. Anyone who thinks they know everything, or is unwilling to listen, to even, like, just listen to people about ideas, and dismiss them out of hand. Oh, man. Hits so hard. But yeah, thank you, Agasa. Aggius, she's already dead. She turned into an archdemon, just like you. Be fooled by such tricks again. Also, Steam have slim command chain. One ass director is over there. No overload management. Yeah, they've managed to, they've grown large without growing bloated. Like, they're a big company in the sense of, like, revenue and their influence, and, you know, the amount of stuff, like, they, like, seriously, their infrastructure must be, like, just, is basically essential to PC gaming at this point. If they went away, there would be actual panic. And as a result, but they still only have, like, a small number of elite devs, and as a result, you don't have a bunch of middle manager bullshit. Although they could have probably done that. They just decided, hey, we don't really need those people. You know, we don't need a bunch of people whose job is to look busy and make sure other people look busy. We'd rather hire people who are actually going to do shit. Actually, it's funny, at my work right now, we have these people, we have a group of people from outside OTS, Information Technology Services, who are, like, super, I'm not going to get into it, please ignore that, but they're, like, super on people, like, oh, you guys are coming in late. You guys are coming in late by, like, a few minutes. And they're treating, you know corporate people are like, where it's like, if you were, like, a minute late, you need to, like, log that or shit. It's like, but we round up. Like, you have to pay us 15 minutes rounded up anyway. Like, the way our pay structure works. Like, whenever we do time, we get 15 minutes rounded up. So, like, generally speaking, it's been, hey, if you're, like, a few minutes late, it's fine. Just try on a computer again here. If you're 15 minutes or over late, make sure you mark it on your calendar. And it's been fine. And they tried to do this, like, surprise catch everyone. You know, because they were like, we're going to catch all these late people and show how we're useful. They didn't catch shit. They didn't catch shit. And you could tell. Because they've been sending more emails, but they haven't talked about anyone. They've never said they caught any bunch of people. They haven't talked about evidence. They've and none of the supervisors have been like, they found our performance lacking. It's just been like, hey, they're gonna oversee event. They're gonna be watching. And it's like, oh my god. And it's these people who are like, they want us to sign in on a timesheet. Like, in the lobby, they were, like, asking people to come over and sign a timesheet. And here's the funny thing. They apparently forgot there was a back staircase some people use. Because there's other directions you can enter the building from. So they had this timesheet. And then they also had the Teams logs. Because our Teams thing shows would perform better if you don't start caring about shareholders, yeah. But they have, we have a Teams thing, so we can, our supervisors can tell when we logged in the morning, because it'll tell them when it's online. They back up all that data so they can look at timesheets and make sure times are correct. And as a result, they could tell that the people that they were apparently going to complain about were actually logged in on their computers at their desk. So these guys were like, we caught a bunch of people who didn't sign our sheet. Did you check the other staircase? No. Well, those people were there. Oh. Well, there's still something fishy going on. And oh my god, it's like me and my colleagues have been like kind of joking about it because they're getting so up in arms, but nothing's happened. Like there's been no one's been like caught, you know, being overly like, you know, cheating on their hours or anything like that. Everybody's been fine. All within perfectly reasonable regulations. And none of us have been, like, doing anything. They're like, ugh. They've also been, like, super upset that some people, like, start getting up and packing their stuff up, like, 5 minutes. And they're like, no, no, no. You need to be sitting at your desk, computer open until, like, the last minute drops. And only then can you start picking up your stuff. Because they've gotten reports that people are, like, using the last 5 minutes to start packing up and shutting down the computers. Because there's no time to start anything. Because if you're not working on something in those last 5 minutes, then there's no time to start stuff. Like, even with our team, where we do, like, file transfer and stuff, by the time it hits the 5 minute mark, that's kind of like unless we get a request right then and there, we're done. And even we keep our computers open. They've just heard that there are people who see others walking out the door in the last, like, few minutes. They're like, no, 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 we better not see anyone walking out the door even then. So, like, but nothing's happened. It's just been a bunch of middle manager bullshit. It's, What? The bell doesn't dismiss you? Yeah, it's that bullshit. It's that bullshit, exactly. The bell doesn't dismiss you, I dismiss you. It's like, so you're gonna make me late for my other thing? Like, dude, you're not doing anything. You need to stop. Chill, take a chill pill. Ugh. Stuff like that, like teachers who were like, do not pack up until I tell you, even though the bell rang. Any teacher who did that always came off as an asshole to me to an extent. Because it showed a lack of caring towards the next class we had to get to. Like, especially when I was in, like, when I was not at Ella Smith A, before I was at Ella Smith A, you know, and we had, like, more college schedule. When we were at, like, when I was in, like, my normal high school back in McKinley, I always found the few teachers who did that to be assholes. Because we had, like, a few minutes to get to our next class, which, for all they knew, could be on the other side of the school. And then I had to grab something, or make a stop, or go to the restroom beforehand. Because, you know, teachers hate when you need to get into the restroom middle of class. And instead of, like, letting us have enough time to make it to our next class, they would hold us up. And act like it was some horrible offense to them that we were packing our bags because they didn't notice the bell was about to ring. And we need to be able to pack and get to our next class. This is about us moving. It's not an insult to you. It's not a personal offense or attack on you. It's a... Oh, man. Oh. It's the same mentality, right? I want to be petty, and I think I have the power to be petty. And even if it makes your life more difficult. Anyway, it's getting late. Yeah. I think we will have to finish this up next week, it looks like. We will definitely have to finish this up next week. What do you mean? You're very strong, and you're braver than me. You found your own path, stayed true to your ideals, and came here once more. You're quite impressive. You flatter me. You've already surpassed me. You should be proud. Thank you, Mamiya. Alright. I'm just going to try and save, and then I'm probably going to head out. And next time we'll probably do, you know, the last finishing touches here. Alright. Close out. Bye then. Yep. See you guys next time. Bye.